Hello guys. I guess you're studying well for IPCC examination November 17. I know for sure you guys will pass with this attempt. I made this chart specially for people who find payment of bonus act tough. Okay, so people who only find this act tough stay here, or else just don't waste your time. There's only ample of time left for your studies. Just do your final studies. Okay, see, I just made this a short one. Yeah, so here we start with it. Yeah, now let's see the objectives of payment of bonus act. First one, it imposes a statutory liability on the employer to pay the bonus. What do you mean by statutory liability? Statutory liability is nothing but something related to the law. So law only makes it compulsory for the employer to pay bonus to whom? To the employee. Okay, yeah, and it defines the principles of payment of bonus. What do you mean by principles of payment? It tells how to pay the bonus to them, and it also provides for maximum and minimum bonus. We have learned for something that is known as 20% and 8%, right? Yeah, how it also tells, it provides that what should be the maximum bonus, what should be the minimum bonus, everything it tells. So what is the objective? It imposes a statutory liability on employer to pay the bonus to the employees. It defines the principles of payment of bonus, that is how to pay the bonus, and it provides for maximum and minimum bonus. Yeah, now let us come to the scope and coverage of this one. Yeah, this act applies to the whole of India. Some people get confused that they think only it does not apply to Jammu and Kashmir. What? Nothing. Leave everything apart. This applies to the whole of India, including Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, if you want here, I'll write it, including Jammu and Kashmir. And factories and mainly it applies to the whole of India, and factories and establishment where there are 20 or more workers. If there are 20 workers, it applies. If there are more than 20 workers, for sure it will apply. Then you might ask a question, sir, what if there are 25 workers on this date? Yeah, okay, it will apply. But suppose let's take 10 people leave and the workers come down to 15 workers. Yes, even then it applies. Let's see, 20 or more workers even on one day in a year, then the act applies. If there are 20 or more workers even on one day, yes, it applies. So if it comes below 20 also subsequently, it will for sure apply. So you just have to keep that in mind. They'll give case laws on this. Okay, and this 20 workers include part-time, full-time, the ones in different departments, then probationary, sweepers, accounting technician, managerial, supervisory, different branches, everything. All in short, they are telling all the employees, including everyone, security guards, sweepers, managers, everyone. If you include, if they're coming to 20, yes, payment of bonus act applies. That is what they're doing. So scope and coverage, we need to know whole of India. Factories and whole of India includes Jammu and Kashmir. Factories and establishment where there are 20 or more workers, you need to know who are the workers, and 20 or more workers even on one day in the entire accounting year. And subsequently, if it falls below 20 also, it applies. Then let us see who are the employees who are entitled. This is actually an important one because they tend to give us 1 mark questions. Usually 1, 2, 3 questions they will be giving. Usually it comes. So let's just pay attention to this. The people who are entitled, whose salaries and wages does not exceed 21,000 per month, does not exceed, means it can be 21,000, it can be less than 20,000. With 21,000, but it should not be more than 21,000. They are telling does not exceed. Okay, and all skilled, semi-skilled, unskilled, who are this technical, managerial, supervisor, accounting, all in short, they'll just give fancy names and they'll ask whether is bonus applicable to them or not. We should tell yes, it is applicable. Anything skilled, semi-skilled, technical, manager, supervisory, everyone, for everyone it is applicable. Then at least for 30 days in 1 year they should have worked. That is the only condition this act lays down. So what they should tell, they should have worked for at least 30 days in 1 year. That is, deemed work should have happened. But deemed work means in 30 days, if he is still on leave on in these following days, then it is known as deemed work. When is it? It is either layoff in the Industrial Disputes Act, or the leave with full wages, maternity leave obviously, and absence due to temporary disablement caused during employment. This is important. It should be caused during then he is known as he's deemed to have worked on all these following days. So but he should have worked for at least 30 days in 1 year, then he will be an employee entitled. Suppose they will be usually giving these following questions. There will be 25 workers and in that 25 workers, yes, it applies. Then in that 15 workers have worked for say 32 days, and in that 10 workers have worked only for 28 days. Is Payment of Bonus Act applicable? For sure it is applicable, but for those 15 people it is applicable. These 10 people it's not applicable. Why? Because they worked only for 28 days, and 30 days they haven't worked. They should have worked for minimum 30 days in 1 year. This is not 1 month. In 1 year they should have worked. And in that they'll also give, there are two females who had gone on maternity leave suddenly. Okay, then it applies for them, because maternity leave is known as deemed work. Then it also includes retrenched employees, probationers, sweepers, part-time employees, employee with daily wage, everything. In short, they'll just be making fool out of you. They'll just give something. All employees are entitled. In short, that's it. So, but this is one important section. Section 12 tells salaries. If it exceeds 7,000 per month, bonus is calculated as if his salary was 7,000. We need to know, if the salary exceeds 7,000 per month, bonus is calculated as if his salary was 7,000 per month. Wait, I'll just write that and show it to you. See, suppose, let us think his salary is 6,000 rupees. Then his bonus would be 6,000 rupees. Let us think his salary is 6,500. Bonus will be 6,500. Salary 7,000. Bonus 7,000. Salary 8,000. Bonus 7,000. Salary 15,000. Bonus 7,000. So this is how we do it. We need to know. You can refer practice manual for this one, and even in study material they have given. But if the salary exceeds 7,000 per month, bonus will calculated as if his salary was 7,000. Okay, yeah. Then than employees entitled, they'll be asking questions on employees not entitled. So than what is, we should know what not is. So this becomes more important. I can put two stars for that. All these will be coming in case laws only. Now, section 213, we should know here, section 213 people are not employed, are entitled, section 9 people are not entitled, and section 32 people. Who are these section 213 people? Apprentice under Apprentice Act. Okay, leave that. Apprentice people, if they give nothing, they are not entitled. Section 9 people, this is also known as forfeiture of bonus. So when they have done some wrongful act, bonus will be forfeited from them. Forfeited in the sense they won't be getting any bonus will be cancelled for them. So section 213 people, section 9 people, and section 32 people. Section 32 people are all of these LIC people, state government people, central government. They will be having the separate schemes, right? So they won't be coming under bonus act. So section 213, who are 213 people? Apprentice, under Apprentice Act. So they have a separate system. Section 9 people, forfeiture of bonus is also known as forfeiture of bonus. When is it forfeiture with respect to fraud, riotous behavior, theft, sabotage, and or whatever. They have all the wrongful activities. So if they have done all these wrongful activities, then their bonus will be forfeited. Then they won't be getting any bonus. So these are the employees who are not entitled. Who? Section 213, section 9, and section 32. In section 213, the one important one is if the employee is reinstated with back wages. Usually people get this wrong. They'll tell reinstated back with wages. You should not tell it reinstated back with wages. We should tell reinstated with the back wages. Then he is entitled bonus. For example, there is this person, he would have suppose, let's say he damages some property in the building. People get to know, then his boss tells that gone Ray, I won't give you bonus. Later they find out that it was Papa, not his mistake, and it was someone else's mistake. So this person, he is not proven guilty anymore. So he is reinstated with the back wages. Then he will be entitled to bonus again. So who wouldn't be entitled now? The other person who would have done that fault. Why? Because of section 9 reason. So employees who are not entitled are section 213, section 9, and section 32 people. It's important. Questions can come. This is really important. The possible deductions. What are the two possible deductions? Section 17 deduction, section 18 deduction. What is the section 17 deduction? Section 17 deduction is also known as puja deduction or customary or bonus. Whatever, puja deduction, customary or interim deductions, and this is deduction in case of misconduct. Let us see what is this puja deduction. Suppose now in the entire year there is this recent festival Diwali. Now in Diwali, what did the employer do? Employer gave suppose the bonus payable to one person was 10,000. So as a Deepavali gift, the employer, he is given 7,000 as advance bonus to that person. So now at the end of the year, when actually bonus becomes payable, how much would the employer pay him? Obviously 3,000 rupees. Why? 10,000 was payable, 7,000 is already paid, so now 3,000 would be payable at the end of the year. What is this 7,000 deducted known as? That would be known as the puja bonus that was deducted. Same thing, any amount of deducted as a part of bonus before it becomes due is known as a permissible deduction. Permissible means it's allowed by law. What does section 18 tell? Deduction in case of misconduct. Suppose he has done some wrongful act. Let's take this employee Ramu. He has thrown some stone at his employer's office and some glass vase is broken down. It is very expensive. Suppose let us take the value of that vase was 10,000 rupees. The bonus payable to Ramu was 15,000 rupees. Now what can the boss do? Boss can deduct 10,000 rupees from his bonus and balance 5,000 he can be paid to him. Now what is that deduction of 10,000 known as? That 10,000 deduction is known as deduction in case of misconduct. So you are sure now. Possible deduction is section 17 and section 18. You can get theory question based on this, direct questions. Is it permissible or not? Yes, it is permissible. Okay, which are the permissible? Section 17 and section 18. Now let us come to public sector establishment. Just you can, when video reaches this part, you can pause this for a while and you can just by heart the definition because it's important actually. Okay, yeah. Now establishment in public sector means an establishment that is owned, controlled or managed by whom? By a government company or a corporation. It can be either owned, controlled, managed by government company or a corporation, in which, like in the corporation, in which not less than 40% of the capital, means more than 40% of the capital should be held by government or RBI, or any corporation owned by government or RBI. You can refer PM for the definition, but this is an easy way of remembering the definition, so I just put it. So next, section 216 tells establishment in public sector means an establishment owned, controlled or managed either by government company as defined under Companies Act 2013, and a corporation in which not more than 40% of the capital is held by, in which not less than 40% of the capital is held by government, RBI, or a corporation owned jointly by government and RBI. It's an important one. Okay, they won't ask the definition, but still the concept is important. Now there's this general rule. What does general rule tell? The Payment of Bonus Act does not apply to section 216 people. So these who all come over here, it does not apply. But there is this exception. If the public sector establishment produces goods or provides services in competition to the private sector, and income from such act is more than 20%, is not more than 20%, then the Payment of Bonus Act applies. For this, we can give the example of Indian Army actually. See, so now Indian Army, Indian Air Force, all these, are they public sector establishments? Yes, they are public sector establishments. All those are wholly run by the government only. Yeah. Now we can give Indian Airlines. There's this flight, right? Indian Airlines. Now, are the employees of Indian Airlines, are they entitled bonus? Actually, we would tell that no, they are not entitled. Why? Because when it comes to employees not entitled, central government, state government employees are not entitled bonus. But what does this exception tell? If the public sector establishment produces goods or provides services in competition to private sector. Now, is Indian Airlines in competition to private sector? Yes, obviously it is. There are so many other flights also, like Indigo, SpiceJet, all those are there. And the income is not less than 20%, then Payment of Bonus Act for sure applies. So it's not much important from exam, but still just read this once. Then comes this salaries and wages part. I guess this question had come in the mock test paper also. Yeah. Now salaries and wages. Salary always I tell roti kapda makan. So you need to tell basic plus DA plus any allowances that includes that improves the cost of living. That is food allowance, value of free food, tiffin allowance, HRA and family allowance. I can tell roti kapda makan. Roti means food allowance, value of free food and tiffin allowance. Kapda, instead of kapda we can keep it as family allowance. For family you buy clothes, right? So family allowance. And makan, house rent allowance. So roti kapda makan. So basic plus DA plus Allowances that improve the cost of living, that is roti kapda makan. Roti means free food, value of free food, tiffin allowance. Kapda I told family allowance, and makan was house rent allowance. Now anything apart from this shall not form part of salary. Very important, this was asked in the mock test paper. Now what does this allocable surplus mean? Allocable surplus, this usually generally it comes calculation of bonus, that part it helps. So let's just see what is this allocable surplus. Allocable surplus in regular case is 60% of the available surplus. For foreign company it is 67% of the available surplus. You just need to know that. Then there is this again accounting year concept also that is mentioned. Then for a company it is any period for which the P&L is laid before the AGM. For any corporation it's a period where the books are closed and balanced, and for other places it's a period where is April to March where the books are closed and with the permission of the prescribed authority. Not much important. Okay. Now, calculation of bonus in respect of different departments. Usually what is the general rule? For the purpose of computation of bonus, the different branches and departments of the entity shall be considered as a single unit. Usually all branches, departments I accumulate and I take it as a single entity. But the exception is in the respective branch or department, if the respective branch or department prepares a separate balance sheet and P&L account, and such department or departments were not treated as a part of the establishment with respect to bonus earlier, okay, then we can calculate bonus separately for them. Just read that also once, okay, it's important. Now, bonus is linked with production or productivity. Okay, what is the general rule? Always bonus is always based on profits. More profits, more bonus. Less profits, less. But there is this exception where bonus can be given based on the productivity too. Productivity means productivity in labor chapter you would have seen, right? He's more productive, less productive, more efficient, less efficient. Yeah, that one. Based on productivity too. If there is any prior agreement, that prior agreement should have been existing, and minimum and maximum bonus will be followed here also. And that is we didn't study that 80% and 20%, 8% and 8.33%, whatever, and productivity should be achieved by them. This is actually again applicable. Bonus can be linked with productivity too. When there is any prior agreement, the minimum and maximum bonus will follow and productivity should be achieved by them. Simply we cannot. So what is the general rule? Based on profits. What is the exception? It can be based on productivity too when these conditions. Yeah. Then we need to know this one. Any agreement containing clauses that deprives the employee from payment of bonus, or where employees relinquishes their right to recover bonus, then such agreements are known as null and void. They are totally null and void. What does this mean? Any agreement, suppose the employer tells that I won't give the bonus to this employee, that is null and void. And any agreement where the employee relinquishes and voluntarily employee tells, if there is A is the employer, B is the employee, if B tells sorry sir, no sir, I don't need your bonus sir, no sir, no, that such a agreement is also null and void. Why? This can be out of coercion and undue influence. That is the reason for it. Yeah. Now, calculation of bonus based on profits. Usually we studied it based on productivity. We don't calculate it. We don't have that as of now. We have what is calculation of bonus, that is regular one based on profits. That was a general rule, right? First one, calculate GP. You know how to calculate GP, right? Yeah. For schedule 1 in case of banking company, and in any other companies it's schedule 2. Then calculation of first one, you calculate GP. Second one, you calculate available surplus. How do you calculate available surplus? That is A plus B. What is A? That is gross profit minus depreciation. But depreciation not the regular one. As per income tax, we have separate deduction. We have separate depreciation computation, right, in income tax. Yeah, that one. Then minus development rebate or investment allowance, minus any direct taxable taxes payable for the year, and minus some specified in third schedule. There will be certain sum, but we don't have numericals. So okay, we need to know how do we do this. So GP minus depreciation minus any whatever development rebate or investment allowance minus direct taxes payable for the year, and minus some specified in third schedule, we get A. Then we need to find B. What is B? Amount equal to tax saved in respect of bonus in the immediate preceding previous year. If you have saved any tax with respect to bonus, then that will be added. So after you should add A and B, then you will find available surplus. First I told GP, then available surplus. Then what should you do? Allocable surplus. We had studied here, right? What is allocable surplus? 60%, 67%, same thing. Then you should find allocable surplus, then make set off and set on. Will study what is set off and set on, and later the allocable surplus is distributed in the proportion of the salaries, obviously. First find GP, available surplus, allocable surplus, then set off and set on if it is there, then this is done. Now with this we have almost completed 75 to 80% of the bonus act. The next part I will be uploading soon, that is only after seeing your reactions, after seeing this part of 20 minutes. And so please do, if you guys like it, please do like the videos and give comments based on it. Thank you so much.